Good morning, everyone. Good morning. How are you guys doing today? Good morning, Sherry. Good morning, Rahel. How's everyone doing today? Are you guys all right? How is trading going so far? Something interesting in your trading? Just let me know some pairs you're currently in, or what did you trade yesterday maybe, or on Monday? Up. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Can you guys hear me now? I think I was on mute and I was talking to myself for a while. Is the sound clear? Okay, great. How is trading going so far? Any pairs you currently trading, or did you trade something on Monday, Tuesday? You can let me know on the chat below. Before we start, please, guys, make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel, to the Instagram channel and Telegram channel. I'm sending you the links in both chat groups. So Rob said, yeah, NASDAQ 100. I assume it's that one you mean with tech. So let's get started. Yeah, I did Rahel, Swissy, JPY yesterday. Oh, nice. Rob, crude oil. That's great. So let's share the other screen. All righty. So let's start with the news for today, the news events. Wednesday, 10th of August, we had the inflation rate outcome in China. They expected from 2.5% to 2.9%, went down to 2.7%. And later on, we're going to have the core inflation rate in the US. Previous was 5.9%, and they expected to go to 6.1%. And at the same time, we're talking about the New York session, the inflation rate from 9.1% here to 8.7%. Okay, so guys, we expect to see some kind of volatility around the New York session, to be honest. So if you're gonna take an intraday trades, just be mindful with your risk management, all right? Excuse me for that. Now, let's go to the premium analytics. We log in, as I told you many times, we click morning briefings, we expand the window, and we scroll down to today's top headlines. And let's see what's for the scope for today. China's inflation rises to highest level in 2 years. The consumer price index rose 2.7% from a year early in July up to 2.5% increase in June, the National Bureau of Statistics said. A question just came out from Rob. I'm struggling to see how the economic calendar affects the markets, because when a figure is released, the price action already seems to have taken effect. And Rob, you're spot on. You understand what traders understand after a while in trading, and I'm going to come back to that with real examples on the charts And from today, you're going to have 100% clarity when it comes to how to combine news events with price action or with a price movement in the chart. And that's a great observation. Chip makers expect demand slowdown to expand beyond PCs, smartphones. Okay. Inflation Reduction Act, 27 billion in green funds could spur private investment. Rapid wage growth keeps pressure on US inflation. Workers' wages are rising briskly, a factor contributing to four-decade high US inflation. Average hourly earning grew 5.2% in July from a year earlier, and annual wage gains have exceeded 5% each month this year. Wow, the Labor Department said Friday. This earning growth adds to other evidence that the employees are continuing to increase pace as they try to find and keep workers in a tight job market. So in the US, salaries are getting increased rapidly in this inflation fight. Blast struck Russian air base in Crimea. Elon Musk sells nearly 7 billion worth of Tesla stock aimed to hidden uncertainty. So this whenever Elon Musk tweets something or they say that he's doing something, then I'm sure you already observed by now that the markets, they are just doing they are behaving accordingly. Let's read what's on the scope about this event. Elon Musk sold nearly 7 billion worth of Tesla stock in recent days. Regulatory disclosures show AIM uncertainty over the fate of his 44 billion deal to buy Twitter. Mr. Musk's Tesla chief executive and largest shareholder sold around 7.9 million shares between Friday and Tuesday. The disclosures show, leaving him with a 15% stake in the company. Then Coinbase post steep second quarter loss, AIM crypto meltdown. If you heard the podcast I've done from now, just to let you know, guys, I start doing the podcast as well, and we post them on the website. So if you had the opportunity to listen to the podcast, I named few companies, including Coinbase, that they had their earnings report this week. So you could be ahead of the information, and you could have maybe you could have done some research about this Coinbase company. It's a digital wallet, let's put it that way. So you could see maybe the charts or read some news around it and maybe make some decisions about the future of this. Micron stocks fall after chip maker warns on weakening demand, lower sales. Okay, so let's go to the charts. Let me read a few questions from here. Rob is saying, great, because I'd love to see how I can trade, because I go more price action to decide whether to bullish or bearish. Yes, we do price action trading here as well, Rob. So you are in a good place. Understanding news and fundamental side of things, definitely you will understand them, and I will explain them today. I think I have a problem with sound of my computer, and I hope to repair after the webinar. Sherry, guys, is any one of you has a problem with the sound? Just to double check, you hear me very well, right? And Rob, we do live streams for now every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, but I believe from September or middle of September, we're going to start on a daily basis, 5 days a week. Okay. Guys, from those who join us through Zoom chat, William, hello. Magdola, hello. Do you guys have any questions about pairs or any trades you would like to see? So let's start with the pound USD. Pound US dollar, we mentioned that we are in a downtrend. So the market is making lower lows. We had a pullback here. The buyers, they try to step in a minor push to the upside. And I say minor push to the upside because remember, we had this trend line to see the correction in the market. And we didn't hold above this trend line. So the trend line is over. And we can see that this market in a long run, it's bearish. So I like that we had this bearish candle, which on the 4-hour and lower time frames, it's an impulse move to the downside. And then we have, it's been 2 days now, and we have this consolidation. When you see consolidation within a strong, let's say in a heavy volume candle with big body, most of the times a breakout of this consolidation tends to give a good run. And so far I'm holding a position here. Which position it's this? Yeah, that's the first one. I'm holding a position here to the downside, and the reason it's because we have this double inside, which it's a triangle formation, continuation triangle formation, and I like to see the break on the downside. Okay, my risk, it's not full risk here because this is not such a clear move as this one here, push to the upside and we start looking to the downside, or like this one here, or like this one here. So it's just consolidation. Okay, we didn't come from higher highs, from lower highs and lower lows. And I have another few pending orders here on other pairs, so let's see if those they're gonna get triggered. And let's move to the next one. I think many people, they are trading the USD Japanese yen. USD yen, this is one of the this is a very good example of the pairs that many traders, they get a bit confused and they don't know what to do. When we see the picture on the daily chart, if we are a swing trader, like we enter on the pullbacks and we wait for the price to reach to a certain level to get out of the trade, like the take profit, that means because the moves on the daily chart and sometimes on the 4-hour chart, they need few days or 1 week or anything that it's not included within that trading day. So we have to consider the bigger picture as well in this trading methodology. So if you just look the daily chart here, what do you see? You see a market. If I put it on the line charts, let me change the color to black. So if we flip on the line charts, what do we see here? We see overall the market is in a downtrend because we have this lower low, we have this lower high. So we are bearish. The last point of control, the last point of reference was this high here for the buyers and this low here for the sellers. So the market is making this higher high here, but the major high and low in the market so far, it's this one here and that one there. It's not this one or this one or this one. So this high, it's still in play. This low hasn't violated yet, not penetrated at all. So we are still bearish in this condition, in this situation. But as I told you guys, always the weekly chart, it's going to give you your direction. Always. The weekly chart, it's in a very strong uptrend. We don't know when it's going to be the end of this uptrend, but what we know as traders is what the chart shows us. And this chart shows us that buyers are in control. And last week, we have a weekly close of the candle, which it was with a long tail and a bullish body in the end, towards the end of the week. So on the daily chart, yes, we see that a downtrend is in play here, but the bigger picture and the weight, it's to the upside. That's why yesterday we saw this 2 days ago, we saw this candle here, a doji candle, let's say around the minor resistance. And then if the sellers, they were in control, let's say that was a strong sale downtrend, a major downtrend, and the sellers were in control, we should see this market just melting down. But the buyers, they stepped in and they stepped in, they didn't take bias, but they tried to push the price higher. We don't know what is going to happen. Maybe, yes, it's going to push down and who knows, but the probability says that this market, it's keep trending to the upside. Okay. And based on my other trading strategy, which I didn't have chance to explain you yet, I have a pending order here to get into the market. It's because of a lower time frame analysis, this one here. I will explain you in a webinar about this strategy because it takes some time. And here really in 30 minutes, just 30 minutes, it's not enough time to explain everything, although I'm trying to give you as many information as possible. So for now, on the 4-hour chart, we see that the market is just hovering around, still on the lower time frame. It's bullish bias here and on the higher time frame, but on the higher time frame, we need a better price area to get into it. So it's still bullish for this one. Euro yen, let me find another. Do I have a euro yen here? No. So euro yen, what's this one? Let's clean the chart a little bit. So on the weekly chart, we said that we have this long tail bar trying to push to the upside. And on the daily chart, we are still seeing the lower highs and lower lows. At this point in time, we are around this resistance. This is a major resistance for intraday traders, but for daily and weekly chart traders, it's considered a little bit minor. So although we had some good reactions, don't get me wrong, but I see 2 penetrations, 3 penetration, 4 penetration. So I prefer to see an area like this with more reversals and less penetrations. So still buyers in control here. We will see what it will happen. Let's see on the 4-hour chart. Maybe a trend line pullback for buys. Okay, we have to wait for this one to pull back a little bit. DAX 40. We mentioned this area, the gap that it can act as resistance, and we marked it. And the market since the 4th of August. It got rejected twice. And for those who are trading patterns, if you go to the 4-hour chart, this must be a double top here. There you are, a double top with bearish reaction. So, and then this bearish engulfing here. I didn't trade this, but now I see it. It was a good opportunity. This one, 44. You could make 2-1 or even 3-1, 3-1 out of this trade. So that will be a good one if someone spotted it. For price action traders, we look to take advantages with bearish engulfing for sells and bullish engulfing for buys, and pin bars buys and pin bar sells. That's our 4 powerful price action entry setups. So pound JPY, in general, the pound shows some weakness across the board, and we can see that, for example, if you compare this price action on the euro yen, we had some volume within this candle. The pound just minor volume, so the pound looks somehow weak. We will see what will happen. Here we are totally within a range, and in the middle of the range, we really don't try to guess the direction because it can go anywhere. So if I'm going to take some trades within range, support, resistance, I will always go for to buy at the bottom and to sell at the top. That's how I like to play it. A question here. Hello, good morning from Alan. Sorry, I joined a bit late and couldn't really grasp what you said on pound USD. That's fine. I would like to ask to confirm if it's safe to go long on pound USD pairs for the day. Look, Alan, pound USD, we said that this minor trend line broke for now. So I see, as a price action trader, I see this bearish candle along with a long bearishness in the market. I see double inside bar, which it shows indecision in the market. So I'm bearish to this one, to be honest. I'm bearish. So if it's good to go long, you have to find on your lower time frame a series of higher highs and higher lows. If this change and it's going to go higher high, higher low, yes, then we're going to look for longs, definitely. But now we don't have any trend direction to show us that it's a good time to buy this market. Okay, that's purely from as a technical analysis perspective. I can read your comments, Rob, and I totally understand what you say, totally understand. So it's good that you came to this realization. Constantly 4-year non-stop. Okay. So let's talk in the last few minutes about the news events, guys. But before that, let's have a look at the Bitcoin to see any changes. So the market revisited this area here, and sellers yesterday, they took control. Now we are sitting around this trend line, which must have some liquidity around from trend line traders. So we will see if the buyers, they're gonna push to the upside and make a higher high, because this pattern here reminds the ascending triangle. And if you guys have a look on the on one of the latest webinars I've done about trading patterns, you're going to find it on the website. Sorry, on the YouTube channel. I can send you the link one more time. You will go and read this. You can read this this pattern here, that it's an ascending triangle and the implications are bullish. So let's talk about the news events. A good example, it's recently we had the sterling, and it's more relevant on the 4-hour chart. This one here, guys, where I just mark, I'm referring to this candle here. This candle here printed on the 4-hour chart around the news events, the outcome of the news events. Now, there are two types of traders and two types of trading when it comes to news trading. The first type of trader is the one who wants to take bias prior the news announcement. So we had the Bank of England voting for interest rates here at this time, at the end date, and some traders, they say the market was somewhere here. Let's say some traders, they say they're going to increase their interest rate, so the pound has to gain some strength, so I'm bullish on that. And the pound make a move to the opposite side, almost 100 pips, and to the upside 54 pips. So this is a massive movement for a day trader. 100 pips, 50 pips, too much. So, and what the market really done, the market just took all the stop orders they were sitting here for those who anticipating a bearish movement, took all the buy orders, the stop orders, they were sitting here for those who were anticipating the market to push to the upside. And both retail traders on the outcome, most likely they lost their money. That's how it works. Otherwise, we wouldn't see all these spikes around. We would see just a smooth price action. So around these events, most of the time, retail traders, they are losing money because of their tightened stops, and the market is just flushing out everyone. The next type of trader, it's the trader who is patient and wait until the event finishes. Wait for some candles. If you are on a 4-hour chart, just one candle it's enough. If you are on a hourly chart, again, one candle, two candles are enough. But on the lower time frame, you have to wait a couple of hours. So just a couple of hours after the event finishes, the market make the random moves, the sudden moves, let's call them that way, just for these live purposes, and then it keeps going normally to its predominant direction. Now, what a smart trader can do around the news events. The smart trader simply waits until the news event finish, until the liquidity and the volatility calms, and then if the news event, and that's the key to implement in your trading, guys, if the news event matches with the predominant trend of the market, then it's a higher probability of that market moved in that direction a bit faster. That's how from now on you have to play the news events. You have to see the predominant trend. You have to detach yourself from the event outcome and say that, okay, this market, it's have a series of higher highs and higher lows, and it's moving to the upside. So if the outcome of the news event, it's going to favorable this trend continuation, then definitely I will wait for the outcome and then I will take position. Or on the contrary, if you are sitting on a resistance, and we know that on resistance, we don't buy, we sell on resistance, and you have a news event coming out, which can totally change the direction of the market, a major news event. So you can wait for the news event to play out. And then if the news event shows that the market, yes, it can reverse because it favors the opposite direction. So you can find the price action around that area, which is going to indicate you that, yes, from a technical perspective, also the bias, they changed. And then you enter to the short side. All right. Questions here. How long does the news on price action last? I heard it's long term, but most price action come back normal after a big move or one candlestick. Definitely, Rob. The one news event to change the whole outcome of a chart. The chart has to be in a trending mode, let's say, or within a range, and it has something to change or something to reverse. And the news outcome, what it's gonna do, it's gonna fasten that process. All right. Yes, the market moves also. The market moves based on the fundamentals and all this stuff, but the entries and exit, we base them on the chart patterns. And that's what matters for us traders. That's why we are trading. We are trading the chart patterns. We are not trading the news events because they had so big volatility around the news events, where you're going to put your stops and how much you're going to give to the price until it's going to move to the one side or to the other side before you decide if you're going to stay in or out. So these are the factors you have to consider. All right, guys, I think we had another very informative and good morning briefing. For those who join later, please scroll up and you can find the links to the YouTube channel I sent you, and you can go and watch some webinars. If you want, just very quickly here, Premium Analytics. Let me go to the YouTube and show you where you can find the webinars. Spotlight, best trading patterns. The last one I've done, and I encourage you to watch. It's this one here. Okay. And last question, Rob, is there anything to trade to focus on that news doesn't affect? Usually the markets, they correlated between each other. So pretty much if you have a news event, let's say this afternoon, when we're going to have the US inflation, so all the major pairs, they're going to be affected, all of them. So unless you trade something minor or exotic, then the rest, they're going to be affected. What about BTC? Is there a double top? Yes, Sarah, we said about that. Sorry, I now saw your question because you put it on the Q&A box. You can from next time you can use the chat box and write it there. It's going to be easier for me to see it. Okay, but yes, we talked about the BTC, and yes, there is a double top. But if you go and watch this webinar here, you can watch this webinar so you can understand about the chart patterns as well. All righty, guys. Thank you so much for your attention today. I hope you have a productive trading day, and I'm looking forward to see you next time, Friday at the same time. Okay, bye everyone. Thank you so much.